Twitch channel. Get the microphone. Let's reset it so that we know it won't get scratchy anytime soon. Okay. Cool. All right, let me make sure I'm zoomed in so nobody thinks I'm a crackhead. All right. There we go. Jesus Christ, is this a laser battle? I knew that was the first thing that somebody would say. Now, I charted a lot of things that I felt like I should have. So, if you look at this on the macros, it's not really that crazy. We have a down channel here, which I'm hoping to get rejected off of up here. We're already kind of past it, but it is what it is. Our macros, we're coming up on pawn, are at $9,300 macro here. Give or take $100. It could go past a little bit, but I do think we'll turn down before that. What's up, guys? Curiosity, TL, Mr. Thakos. What's up, guys? Tonight's going to be a little bit of an early stream because I do have to go out to dinner tonight, so I will not be on at my scheduled time. So I wanted to make sure I at least got a stream out here for you guys and show you what I'm kind of seeing here. Which is a good thing. The fact that we're going down after this is not a bad thing, and not in the slightest. Just means you can accumulate more before we start going up more. So what I'm going to let a couple more people get in here, and then we'll start talking really about price action. We're at 11 people so far. I want to make sure that everybody has an equal chance. Your YouTube channel has been under attack. No, I just been using copyrighted material, and I guess one of the songs, the person that owns it decided to take the video down. I don't know why. It's kind of stupid to me that I'm not. It's not about the money. I'm not putting the songs in there to make money off of them. I'm putting them there because I like them, and I think it sets the mood. So this is a non-copyrighted playlist. Hopefully we don't have that problem again. Snowstorm. There's a snowstorm coming? Where do you live? I might have to prepare too. Gerlandia. What's up, man? Stojan. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but hi, man. How you doing? All right, we're up to 15. Wait about a couple more minutes, and we'll get right up into it. Right now, I am still sitting in a short. It was kind of a close call because I really didn't notice, most of these things, which I probably should have beforehand. But right now is definitely a good time to be DCAing shorts rather than entering long positions. I mean, if you want to make a little bit of money off of potentially us going up to, up here to 9,200, you could do that. It's 4.5% away almost. So, I mean, that would be a good move. I'm just looking to get my swing position in a good position for the next swing low. So I'm not really focusing on making little tiny scalps right now. I'm more focused on getting my swing position set up for that first swing low and that the second swing high. So we've already made all this money up here. We entered a long off the breakout of the 8-to-1 Gone fan. Stop loss went below it. So I was able to hit this with a little bit higher leverage. I think I was at about like 15x. Actually, no, not 15x. I think like 12x because I really didn't want to go too high on a swing. And then I exited it on the 1.618. So, I mean, I made a killing off of this first trade. So now if I can get a average position somewhere probably around 9,100, I would be expecting a drop back down to about $8,000, give or take. And that could easily be, 60 to 100% play, depending on what leverage I can change that to, depending on my stop loss. You have a paid group? Yeah, so I have the one-on-one sessions where if you want to be personally taught by me, that is a lifetime membership. It's $500 if you pay through Patreon, which is in the description. And then if you hit me up on Discord, you only have to pay $450 through crypto. You're giving me the same amount of money because Patreon takes a little bit, but you get to pay less. So depending on how you want to do it, it's up to you. And then you get 2 sessions a week. They usually last about an hour. Sometimes they last 2 to 3 hours, depending on how heated I get in my little tangents. But yeah. And then I also offer just the Telegram group for $50 a month if you wanted to do that. I put out daily outlooks. I put out my positions, and I focus more on showing good trades that you could potentially make rather than just shoving my trades down your throat. Because sometimes there's multiple ways to play a specific area. Because like right now, depending on this pattern, we're above the 8-to-1 Gonfan. You could easily hold along and wait for the 1.618 around 9,200 and be completely fine. That's a good risk to reward ratio. But me personally, I'm looking for more of a swing position to the downside. We are sitting in a bear flag at the moment, and the target coming off of that would be 8,035, but I would be expecting to find support here at this 3-day Gonfan at about 8,150 or so if we do drop down to the downside. And obviously if we drop down further up here, let me get rid of this. Obviously if we break out of this bear flag up here, that would make perfect sense. I'm just kind of estimating on what could happen. We got 35 viewers. How about a signals group? Yeah, the Telegram group is a signals group, but I really wanted to make sure that it was more educational rather than you just follow my trades completely. I want you guys to have the full information on what I'm seeing, where I'm leaning in this trade, and then I'll give you my specific stop loss and my specific entry for that trade. That way, you guys can make informative decisions on your own. And you could get pretty much the same amount of education out of the Telegram group as the one-on-ones. And you could do the same on the live streams. It's just, if you want that personal touch, if you want to be able to have real-time questions answered and be personally guided through, that's where the one-on-ones come into place. But yeah, the Telegram group is a signals group. What's good, Chain Wax? You always stream while I'm making burgers? Yeah, I have to stream a little bit earlier tonight because I do have to go out to dinner with some of my friends. And I wanted to make sure that I got my stream on schedule, at least on the right day. Where did you set your stop loss? My stop loss is above this 3-day Gonfan. I gave it some breathing room, so my stop loss is about 9,400. So it's about 5% away. So at this very moment, on these couple of entries I have to use about a 5x leverage. But if I get closer, and I do have a clear sign that we are going to break down to the downside, I could up my leverage and then just let the trade slide. Johnny Hill, what's up, buddy? I was making burgers early. What a coincidence. Alrighty, we're at 40 viewers. I'll talk about it. I already talked about it a little bit. Right now, we are sitting in a bear flag, so that is 1 point to the short side. We do have a bearishly diverging RSI on the 2-hour. And what do I mean by that? We have a higher high on Bitcoin, but we have a lower high on the RSI. Along with that, a lot of our daily 12-hour, those are also bearishly diverging. They've been bearishly diverging for quite a while now. So as we're getting closer and closer to this macro resistance, I do believe that we will get rejected at it. And I believe that over the next 30... 40 to 60 days from this point here to about right here, could be even 70 days if we're unlucky, we will be swinging lows, swinging highs, swinging lows, swinging high, and then eventually, hopefully, breaking out above the 4-to-1 Gonfan. I know a lot of more popular YouTubers are saying that we've already broken out of the descending wedge or bull flag, and things are really, really bullish right now. Until we are above the 4-to-1 Gonfan on the macros, I am bullish as of right now, just because we do have a lot of potential. But until we are above that 4-to-1 Gonfan and find support on it, I cannot say for certain yet that we are going to blast off. But obviously after that 4-to-1 Gonfan, 10,200, and then the 8-to-1 Gonfan at 11,002 would definitely be a target from there on out. Depending on if we slide over a little bit, those numbers could change slightly just because of the angles. But that's my macro perspective. And the money flow on the 12-hour is already starting to flatline. We'll switch over to a 6-hour. 6-hour is starting to peak out. 3-hour starting to peak out, starting to curve over a little bit. 2-hour definitely starting to flatline. 1 hour, it's had that steep negative flow on the money. So we do have a bearish divergence right now that is about to exit. So we do have a little bit more bullish convergence. That's why I said we still have a little bit more potential to the upside, but all in all, the bearishly diverging indicators are a sign that you need to be DCAing shorts in this region. And a good example of that is down here. If you were just shorting this, you aren't in the wrong technically, but definitely by this point right here at 7,797, you should have been DCAing longs in that region. Why do I say that? Okay, so if you look at this, let's go down to a 30-minute. What do you see on your 30-minute chart here? Okay, starting from this point right here, you can see that on your RSI, we get a bounce out of the oversold territory. Okay, had a minor effect on price action, but definitely by this second bounce, when you see Bitcoin put in a lower low, but a higher low on the RSI, that is a sign to start taking longs. So between this second and third bounce, you should have been DCAing positions. I was able to get my first position from 7,790 all the way down to about 7,744 before we got that bounce. And then around here, I was sitting short because of a macro resistance. Well, not a macro, but just the patterns resistance, because that's how I play my patterns. But on the 2 hour, we got a bounce off the 50 right beforehand. So I was like, okay, that's an early warning sign that we should take a long here. You can see right here, bounce off the 50, take a long, boom. And I think I made like 160% off of that play. So it was definitely great trades. Kind of a little bit of a scare in this particular pattern because I was expecting it to break to the downside a lot sooner. I will admit that, but definitely the indicators are still lining up. You can see that on the 2 hour here, we are almost about to touch our resistance, which, you know, for me, it correlates to this yellow Ganfan here. And this yellow Ganfan is coming from the previous pattern down here. And you can see when we tapped off it here, boom, straight to the downside. Tapped off it here, little tiny bit to the downside. So I would be expecting that to continuously hold until we get to our macro. But we definitely could break down a lot sooner. I won't be a bull until 950. Yeah, that's a good number to shoot for. Like I said, this macro here, I would need to see us get above it and hopefully come back down, test it, and confirm it as support. And then I would be super bullish after that. Hines, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? They know nothing, Jon Snow. Oh, don't piss me off. I hated the last season. I think everybody, like, it wasn't a bad season. It just wasn't fulfilling. I really don't know what they could have done differently. It just, I don't know. I didn't really like it all that much. I think the main thing was everybody wanted Jon to be the king, but from the start he goes, I don't want to be a king. That's why I went to go join the watch. Don't lie, it was bad. Short time, yes, I would be DCing shorts, and whatever you're comfortable with. Obviously, it's your trading, it's your account. But me specifically, I will be DCing shorts in a swing position from here. I mean, I've already started from back here, but and then around here would be my stop loss. If we get above 9,392, that would be essentially a sign that we have broken this Ganfan and we'll be trending to the upside. So definitely. You can see that. Let's look at some of our hard time frames. So even if this wave does come up further, all it's doing is creating a bigger divergence. So definitely with the state of the bear flag, the bearishly diverging indicators, the money flow starting to flatline, the hidden bearish divergences, I think we are definitely in for quite the drop. And the good thing is we could come as low as the 8-to-1 Ganfan. Do not start selling Bitcoin or transferring it to USDT. Well, I mean, you could transfer it to USDT right now, but I would not potentially get bearish on Bitcoin until we drop back into that pattern. And that would be from where we are currently, that would be at about 7,500. If we drop below that, things get bearish, and I definitely think we could see 5,700 pretty easily. But that is a long while away, probably a couple weeks if that ever did happen. So, remember on the last stream I sold my ETC bags? Look at it now. Oh, well. Oh, man. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh man, I'm so sorry. uh, you win some, you lose some, bud. You win some, you lose some. Why bear flag? Uh, why would this not be a bear flag? We have a diagonal support here that we've been following since this right here, and we have a diagonal resistance. It's a bear flag, and we have a flagpole right here, which we can get our target off of. Because if this was an actual bullish pendant, we would have broken out to the upside more extreme than this. So the fact that we haven't really shot upwards straight away is definitely telling me that this is a bear flag. I've been thinking we're going down for a few days now. Yeah, man, I've been thinking this ever since back here. Obviously, I switched my position right at the last second, and I was able to capitalize on this pump. But I mean, we're going down. There's no way around it. It's just it would be healthy for the higher time frame indicators as well. It's not a bad thing that we're going down. Potentially, this is a great way to accumulate. We could have 2 or 3 or 4 really great swing trades within this region, all spanning about 12 to 15%. So if you can get really good entries on these, you could potentially make a lot of money. You could, within this next 60 days, you could potentially add, 40 to 60% to your portfolio if you do this correctly. So, and then once we blast off to the upside and, I put in like a 40%, uptrend, that 60% will have quite the weight, quite the weight. Do you see a rising wedge on the 4-hour time frame as well? Yeah, definitely. You can see that indicated here. But I'm specifically looking at the smaller time frames here. We got this diagonal right here. Yeah. So we got that rising wedge. And the target coming off of that would probably be in confluence with... Yeah. If we do come up to that and that target works out, I mean, that pretty much lines up with the target from this bear flag. So, I mean, it all has confluence. It's all symmetrical. Perfect. God, I really don't like... This is just weird music. It's not my taste. I don't like it. Like, I really don't want to have copyrighted music anymore because I do want the VODs to pop up for people. Because I know there is quite a bit of people that go back and watch them for specific parts of the stream. And what I might end up doing, I don't know how I would do it. Actually, I do know how I can do it. I would have to record it while I'm streaming it and then timestamp all like the important areas. And then I can go back and post and I can separate the sound, like the music from the actual video. And then I can upload like highlights of a stream. As we get more and more popular, obviously that's going to be a must have. But right now I got a lot of stuff on my hands and I really don't have time to do that. Maybe if we get more popular, I could hire somebody to do that. That would be an option. So yeah, we'll take a look at that. Yeah, I know, but on Twitch, you can play. You don't get canceled out of your stream while you're live, but the VODs they get muted, so it's kind of useless. So I rather have YouTube because obviously I've built quite the following on there, and a lot of people know how to find me. A lot of people have notifications set up already, so I really don't want to change that for people. And mostly the VODs. So definitely, like I just said, when we get further into this and, things really start moving along, I will probably start a highlight video at the end of the streams. So that way all the information is condensed. So you don't have to look through a 2-hour to 3-hour long stream to find out what you're trying to find out. Oh, I got you, man. Let me go ahead and accept you on Discord. Right? Z. I'm gonna guess that's your name. I'll accept this guy too. Okay. I think I added you. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for dinner tonight. I've literally not had anything to eat all day just so I could eat this one meal. So I kind of keep my intermittent fasting consistent. So right now, I haven't ate since 6 o'clock yesterday. So it's been a full almost 24 hours. And don't worry, I'm drinking enough water. I know I don't drink a lot of water on stream, which I probably should. But I don't know. How do you decide where you're to draw your Gone fans? Like where to start? Look for a specific move or question mark? So the formula you want to follow. Okay, let's start with our macros. I'm gonna get a new chart because this is, a lot to see. New chart. So the formula you want to follow for setting up your Gone fans, make sure that they are always on log scale because that makes everything more accurate. Okay, so you want to find a pattern. So a lot of people ask me what time frames to set your Gone fans up on. It doesn't matter the time frame, it matters the price structure. So definitely setting up your macros is easier on the daily and like the 3-day. So you would set your macros up on there, but it doesn't really matter the time frame. Ronnie, what's up, buddy? So right now, well, not right now, but we had a descending triangle that broke out to the downside, and we had a bottom, and from that bottom, we had a swing high. Okay, so that sets the stage for the new Gone fans. Okay, so you find a pattern, you find a breakout, you find a top or bottom, and the next swing high or swing low is going to be your second connection point from that bottom or top. So let's go down to the lower time frames and we're going to visualize this. So right here, we have a pattern, we have a breakout, we have a top, and then we have a swing low. That would be your new Gone fan setup going forward. Okay, right here, we have a pattern, we have a breakout, we have a bottom, and then we have a swing high. That would be your new starting points going forward. So like right now, we're in a transition phase between these larger patterns. So right now, we are breaking out, okay, and we are potentially soon going to find a top. And then from that top, we will have a swing low, and that will be the second connection point going forward. So you would use this high and this low as your Gone fans getting set up. Now, I am going to be redoing my Gone fan video pretty soon because there is a lot of information that I missed out on. And as I learn more, obviously I have to update those things. So when you set up your Gone fans, obviously find your connection points. You're going to get a 45-degree angle using your trend tool. Hold shift, you'll make a 45. Now, whatever comes first is what you're going to start on, but you need to square your chart. And what that means is you have the same starting point vertically, and your horizontal really doesn't matter. So we need to be vertical with our low and horizontal with our high. You can see that visualized here. You're going to click, make another 45-degree angle. Now you're going to get your Gone fans. You're going to set them up. Now, the first time you set them up, they might not be accurate. But you can adjust them, and I'll show you how to do that. So right here, you can view this as accurate, but I wouldn't technically. You can see that there was a very strong resistance that we got blocked off here, as well as right here. Where is it on our Gone fans? So you're not doing anything wrong if you're adjusting your Gone fans over time to be more accurate. If you think that it's wrong to move your Gone fans and you don't want them to be more accurate, you're just being hard-headed and you're going to make bad trades. Okay? So I need to be able to move my 4-to-1 Gone fan to make this into a resistance. So if you zoom in or out, you will offset your 45-degree angle slightly, and then you can readjust your Gone fan. You can see it's bringing up that 4-to-1 Gone fan a little higher. So now we're going to zoom out one more time. You can see it's almost close. Now, once you're to a certain point, zooming in and out with your mouse, it's not going to be effective. You're not going to get that pinpoint accuracy. So what you need to do is you need to use your scale over here on the right to slightly adjust those Gone fans. Okay. And we're going to try to get it up towards that wick. We want the 4-to-1 Gone fan to be what this got tapped off of and what this got tapped off of. Okay, so we're definitely getting more accurate here. We're going to go a little bit more. Okay. So you can see right here, this was the acting resistance right here, right here, right here, and will be the acting resistance right here. You can see that lines up our 2-to-1 Ganfan as support and our 3-to-1 Ganfan right here as support on that diagonal. So when you're doing your Ganfans, and also remember to readjust your 1-to-1, you can see that moves my 2-to-1 as that. It's still accurate. You can see right here, that kind of pinched us, and as we fell out of it, we dumped. Okay. So we are still within this channel right here. When you're doing your Ganfans, it's essential to keep in mind what the most important Ganfans are at any particular point in time. Okay, so you want to mark out your support and resistances. So right here is our strongest support, along with this 2-to-1 Ganfan right here. Our strongest resistances would be the 4-to-1 Ganfan and the 8-to-1 Ganfan. Okay, and this could probably be our new support going forward. As well as the fib retracements. Okay, so we'll add our fib retracements from top to bottom. And make sure that if you have log scale turned on, you go into your settings on your fib retracements and you check this box down here. Fib levels based on log scale. And you can see this is highly accurate. You can see that when we were in this range right here, we were strictly bouncing between the 0.618 and the 0.5 until we found support on this 2-to-1 Ganfan going up. So you can see that it's very, very easy to trade these things as long as you have them highly accurate. And that's just your macros. Your macros you can make incredible trades off of. Win a stream. Get him, fishy. Get him. Okay. So, and then you can go ahead, go down to a 2-hour and do the second largest patterns. I like to break my my chart up into 3 chunks. I'll have macros, mediums, and micros. So this right here would be a macro, which we've already kind of reached the target for that. So I've already taken profit on my long for that. This would be a micro. Oh, I just spit on my screen. This would be a micro. So those are micro patterns. And then obviously you have micro patterns within larger patterns. Kind of like these double bottoms, like right here, right here. So you get the point. But hopefully that really helps some of you guys. We'll move back to my crazy looking chart. Let's see, I think I got a message. If we break the 4-to-1 gun on macros, it will most likely. It's worth staying. It's worth staying awake for you live. I appreciate it, man. Where do you live? Because I mean, this is a little bit earlier stream. I guess if you're like 12 hours ahead of me, I guess it is like 6 a.m. But hopefully, like I said, if we can get to 100 viewers for about 1 or 2 streams, I will adapt my schedule for a lot of you guys that are overseas, so that you guys can make it to these streams. Because I know staying up until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning is not ideal for everybody. Isaiah is in my house right now. I'm gonna make myself a little bit bigger. I want to be like Crypto Zombie. Crypto Zombie's gigantic. On his videos, that is. Here we go. I got a gigantic Austin. I did shelter some of my Monero at the moment, if you guys are interested in that. We're getting some of the same bearish signs. You know, not macro bearish, but, you know, just we'll have a drawback. That's all. We're getting a bearishly diverging RSI on the 6-hour. I'm focusing more on the higher time frames for Monero because I'm not day trading it. I'm just, you know, macro holding it. But hodling doesn't necessarily have to be buy it and don't ever sell it. If you're good at trading and you know what you're doing, you can definitely accumulate while holding on to it. So I actually just cashed out pretty much almost all of my Monero. Not all of it, because, you know, you never know. But I put most of it into USDT. And I'm expecting a drop back to probably around 62. Could even come all the way back down to $58. That would be fantastic, because then I could accumulate, let's see, I could accumulate 15% more Monero. And then once we have another move up to the upside, I'll be a happy boy. Yeah, definitely. Because if you have 1,000 different lines going everywhere, see, a lot of people, I get this comment a lot where it's like, you need more lines, or you have so many lines, it's just going to hit one of them and you know that. But it's not about having 1,000 different lines. It's about having categories of lines and drawing, like making sure you understand the macros hold the most weight, the mediums hold the next most weight, and the micros are really easily broken with enough volume. So if you can highlight what your most important support and resistance is at any given point in time, it will allow you to make better judgments rather than just looking at the chart as a whole. You're working it in sections as it goes along. That's why I take a different style of trading. You know, I'm not like, we're going down to $1,000. I need to trade in bits and pieces, and as certain things arise, I can think a couple moves ahead of what could potentially happen. That's why as soon as we pumped past the 0.618, I'm like, this could easily turn into a head and shoulders pattern and we can go to $14,000. Because I'm thinking a couple moves ahead of what potentially could form over time. It's just like if you are looking at the MACD momentum waves and like the price is already above the previous wave, and that wave is not, it doesn't even look like it's going to come close to getting above the last wave. You know that the next move is going to be a hidden bearish divergence. So you're thinking a couple moves ahead all the time and being a proactive trader rather than a reactionary trader. If you spot a bearish divergence as it's happening, that's useless. But if you can spot it before, as it's forming, or even potentially before it's even starting, that is where you get the most out of trading. So think of it like a chess game. You got to think 1 to 2 moves ahead, and then think of your time frames as dominoes. You start with the smaller dominoes. I know a lot of people are like, you know, you should always look at your daily first and then work your way down. But for me, it's the complete opposite. When you're playing dominoes, you start from the beginning and then you work your way towards the end. It doesn't mean that you ignore the end. You just kind of start with the lower time frames. If the lower time frames are getting oversold bounces, look for that to start transferring over to your higher time frames. But obviously, if you're seeing a resistance on your RSI, don't expect it to go past that. Simple as that. Vincent, what's up, buddy? I'm doing absolutely fantastic. It's been a great couple of trades the last 15 days or so. Made a lot of money, just exited my swing trade, and now I'm looking for a couple DCAs to get a short entry on the swing trade. Chris, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you too, bud. Potential big inverse head and shoulders forming on the daily. I know, man. I know. I'm looking for it. This right here. We're looking for a right shoulder. We got our head here, and we're looking to form another shoulder here. And if we do break this 2-to-1 gone fan, things get a little bit more bearish. But we have plenty of time to figure this shit out, so excuse my French. Go back down to a 30 minutes so you don't have a bunch of crazy lines going everywhere. What do you consider a swing trade? So, like I said, I break my chart down into 3 different patterns. I have macro pattern, which I manage by selling after we break certain supports, or, you know, buying more after we break certain resistances. And then, I'm saying too much. I don't want to go back to that. And then I have medium patterns like this. These are where I'm using swing trades, where I'm just trading the top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom. And then eventually you will have to take a breakout trade. So right now we are in transition from a breakout swing trade to potentially forming a new pattern. So we're kind of in the integration phase, as I like to call it. We are forming a new medium time frame pattern. And then scalp trades are specifically the in-between zones of a breakout or the in-between zones from a top or bottom of a medium time frame pattern. Hopefully that was a good explanation. If not, let me know and I'll try to rephrase it. Kite down to 55. Like 5,500. The only way I see $5,500 now is if we break this previous 8-to-1 Ganfan, get stuck back in this pattern, and then yes, we could see 5,700 along the 1.618. Or definitely come down to the 0.382 at 5,500. But that is not even in my mind right now. Until that 8-to-1 Ganfan is broken, it is not even a question that I'm asking myself at the moment. ACR, what's going on, man? You were my favorite gun in MW2. I know it's probably your initials, but it's also a gun. It's taco money trading time? Yes. Yes, it is. I made a lot of money off of Monero in the past couple of days. I got most of my entries around here, so I made a quick 20%. Hopefully it does come back down. We'll get a bounce and I can make some more. That was... You know, I'm a leverage trader. And I love the idea of leverage, but sometimes if you have enough position to put into something, it can be worth your time just simply buying it and trading it one way up. I usually don't like sharing how much money I put into certain trades, but I put $40,000 into Monero at that point. So made 8 grand last couple days just off of that and put it back into USDT, waiting for a drop back down, and I'll buy it again. But Monero is definitely bullish right now. With that double bottom, oh, you better believe. Where's my Monero at? That's right here. With this double bottom right here, you can't not trade that. There's no way around it. I'm looking to ladder up to, let's see. Zoom out a little bit here. Oh my God. We'll hit auto. Okay. I'm looking to ladder along this yellow trend line. Okay. And my stop loss is at 9,350. Okay. So if it gets below, if it breaks this 4-to-1 Ganfan, I have to assume that it's going to start trying to make its way up towards, probably, let's see. Let's look at this. Let's assume that our top is around here, and let's assume that our bottom would be that we would probably come up to about $10,000 if we broke that 4-to-1 Ganfan and found support on it. Yeah, some of the altcoins, even the smaller ones, have been doing well. Yeah, they've been doing awesome. 9,500. No, for me, it's 9,350. Definitely. Especially because this gets pinched off right here between this yellow gon and this support right here. So if it does get above 9,266, that would be seeming like a breakout to the upside. And then you would just take this target right here, and you can see that comes up to about 9,900. So in line with my fib retracements. Funky Fresh, do we have the same name? Let's go to the light together, buddy. We might not see the light yet. Until this 4-to-1 Ganfan is broken, the light is not going to be found. We could slip past it slightly like we did right here. That would be very unfortunate. But the second that we go back down below it, I will be marketing in a short entry. It would just be kind of a minor inconvenience, but with all the money that I made up on this, and I'm not even using high leverage on this trade specifically right now, I would be able to put higher leverage and just carry myself down. Let's see what time it's 6:09, so I got to go at like I have until like 7:30 to do this stream. I mean, we pretty much already covered most of the things I wanted to cover. The bearishly diverging indicators like the 2-hour and the 1-hour, and definitely the 12-hour. 12-hour has been bearishly diverging for quite a while now. So I do think we will be coming back down. If we don't, we would have a pretty nice run up to 9,900, but I would expect something like this right here where we do a very nice pump, but then the next candle or the next couple of candles will be a straight shot back down. So what would probably happen if we broke that 4-to-1 Ganfan? We would probably have a run up to about 9,900 and then have a very, very strong descent to about, you know, the 4-to-1 Ganfan again and test it as support where we could break back below it. But I mean, I would love to see it stay there because if it does stay there, I mean, that is bullish as hell, but I would not like to see it because just that would not let some of our higher end indicators, not indicators, but 12-hour RSI and stuff like that, come back down to test the 50, which really needs to happen. If you follow the 50% GON rule, 50% of the move and 50% of the time, which worked really fine, you will be at 7,500 on January 26th. From there, we will confirm the inverse head and shoulders. For this inverse head and shoulders, I would not like to, well, I mean, yeah, 7,600 would be fine, but I would not like to see it go below 7,400, which is kind of in line with our Ganfan here, so that's fine. We could drop as low as that, definitely. And I mean, we just entered, let's see, from this point here, if we go out 12 days, that is not what I wanted to do. This is our 192-day market cycle. You can see it called the bottom almost perfectly. We're going to go ahead, go out 12. We'll go out 24 days. Okay, so this would be from this point right here, we would be expecting a swing low. So we definitely could be trending upwards along this bear flag for probably another couple of days if it wants to. But definitely by January 25th, we should start seeing the top come in and then start trending back down to the downside. That's just an estimation based off of market cycles. I don't use them often. The only ones that I really focus on are the 192 days because they are magical at calling bottoms and tops. You can see it called the top right here. It called the bottom right here. It called the bottom right here, which we had another potential test to the upside, swing high, but got rejected at the diagonal. It kind of called the top right here. It did slide past it. I mean, a couple, let's see, 100% after, but quickly after it went straight back down. So they are highly accurate. They definitely are. Don't know why, but they are. Could you possibly give your opinions on ETH? Yeah, sure. Unfortunately, I think I deleted my ETH chart, but we'll start a new chart here. Actually, we'll just do it from this one right here. Okay. So, let's see. I'm trying to find a way to... trying to see a way to break this up. Okay, I see it now. Okay. So right here, pattern, breakout, bottom, swing high. Okay, we got it. Took me a little bit. All right. Just from the Ganfan perspective, this is a very, very strong resistance here. This 3-to-1 Ganfan. So I would probably expect it to top out here, just like Bitcoin will. I'm sure if we looked at the RSI, I can pop that up right now. I'm not going to set up the entire chart like I do usually. Actually, you know what? I'm going to set up the entire chart because I need to start saving these things and coming back to them. And because if you look at my chart list, I literally have like 100,000 different charts. All right. Call this one ETH. And then just 117. Okay. So 3 charts set up. Okay, let's see. Go down to a 12-hour. I mean, the good thing on ETH is I don't necessarily see anything bearishly diverging. I see bearish convergence, but it's not bearishly diverging. Let me look at the 4-hour. Yeah, the 4-hour is starting to bearishly converge. So that's why I think this is a potential top here. Let me go ahead and put my fib retracements on it. Let me see if that lines up with anything horizontally. All right, so we're testing the 0.5 on Ethereum. That is a huge resistance. The biggest resistances or supports, depending on where you are in price action on your fib retracements, are the 1.5 and 0. And then you always look at the 1.618 as a resistance on the target. So this is a huge resistance as well as this huge diagonal resistance. So I would be expecting probably to sit between, let's see, I would probably expecting a couple bounces between this. And I know it's a descending triangle, but hopefully we find support along this 4-to-1 Gonfan and then break out to the upside. If that happens, I mean, you could pretty much say this entire flagpole is your target coming from there. And that could put you up to the 0.618, about $200. So that's kind of my perspective on Ethereum, like the bullish aspect of it. Definitely if we break the 4-to-1 Gonfan and start putting in a descending triangle, it definitely starts leaning more towards the bearish side, but you can break out of a bearish pattern to the upside. I'm just saying that that is potentially something that could happen. As of right now, I would be expecting a pullback almost, as soon as right now on Ethereum, just because we have bearishly diverging indicators. Money flow has a negative slope on it. Let me go ahead and look at MACD real quick. Do we have any? Yep, we do have hidden bearish divergence. You can see that we have a higher high on momentum, but a lower high on Bitcoin, meaning that all of the momentum to the upside has been maxed out and has to cool off. So that is my perspective on Ethereum right now. Hey, Tom, if you're still watching, I'm seeing your Discord messages over here. If you're interested in the Telegram group, in the description, there is a site called Patreon. And then what you'll do is you go up, you'll sign for that site. And then it's $50 a month. This way I can kind of get everybody's usernames, emails, all that kind of stuff. So that I can kind of send out thank you messages and keep track of everybody in the Telegram group. And then after that, after you sign up, just message me on either Patreon or Discord. I put both my names in there. Give me your Telegram name and also give me your Patreon name if you message me through Discord. That way I can verify it's you. I can't do the Telegram through crypto because since it is a monthly subscription, I need that to kind of let me know who's paying and who's not. I really don't want to have to keep manual track and message people like, hey, I got to kick you out of the group if you don't pay, I'll give you a couple extra days. So that's why the Telegram is strictly through Patreon, but the one-on-ones you can kind of go in and out. That way I don't have to manage everything. So sorry about that. Please take a look at Dash. Yeah, sure. We'll start a new chart. I'll just start charts for everything. So that way we don't have to do this over and over again. Let me make sure I save this though. Do I have autosave on? I do. Every 10 minutes. Save it every 5 minutes. What are you doing? All right, so we're looking at Dash now. Now, do you want Dash and USD or do you want Dash and Bitcoin? I'm guessing USD. All right. This is going to be a difficult one. All right. All right, so I really can't get a clear picture on Dash. What I potentially see, okay, I potentially see a ascending triangle here, and then a breakout, and then a top here, and then a swing low. So that's how I'm going to set this chart up. Just from I hope that's correct, but we'll look at how this lines up and hopefully get this correct. Okay. All right, so trend angles. That is a trend line. I need to work on my posture, man. I made my monitor higher so that my posture could be better, but it has not been. I think I need to get one of those Herman Miller chairs everybody rants and raves about. Let's see if I can do this a little bit better. So as of right now, let's see. Let's put our fib retracements on it so we have a more clear picture. Okay, I could see what can happen here. Okay, so what you should expect from Dash right now is this particular Gonfan to hold. We can already see that happening. And your next strongest support would be your 0.5. So I would expect, you know, over the next couple of days to drop down to about $86, but hold support there. And hopefully over the course of maybe, you know, the next couple months, be just bouncing between this area and then building up a bullish pendant. And that way you can turn all of this into a target. So when we break out to the upside, we can come up and we can test the previous high of about $200. And then once we get past that, your 1.272 is at $311. Your 1.414 is at $400, and your 1.618 is at $555. So if you did take a position off of this, this might be a good buy and hold position. If you can get your entry on the bulk majority of your position around probably like 89 to 86, and you hold on to this for the remainder of the bull market, I mean, you could come away with like 500%, definitely. Yeah, 540%. It could go past the 1.618, you know, based on this piece of price structure. But this one definitely is the one that needs to be broken first. And once you get past the 1.618 on this particular piece of price structure, then you can start looking at the more macro side of things. Then you could be looking to go and test the 1.786 at 728, and then to the 1, and then so on and so on from those pieces right there. So hopefully that helped you out. If you want a link to this chart, I can link it to you. I'm not opposed to doing that to you guys. Definitely, like I said, all of the information from one-on-ones, I do not keep them hidden. I will give you guys the same treatment as someone that pays me money, because you guys are here supporting me on these live streams. So definitely anything you guys need. Obviously, my time is more geared towards the one-on-ones because I have to individually treat everyone to their own session. But if you guys have any questions or anything, or need a link to my chart at any time, go ahead, send me a message. I'll link it to you. So I'm going to go ahead and post this in chat for you, Henrik. And I'll probably leave it on like a 4 hour. And let me go ahead and put some indicators on this for you too, because I don't know if you'll be able to add indicators. Can you copy someone's chart and then make it your own? I don't know if you can. Dash, and then we'll do 117. Let's see. So we do have a... Actually, no, we don't. Let's see. I would have to go out to a daily to see if there's any bearishly diverging on the RSI. I need to sync these two. Okay, so from this point here to right here. I have to go out to a monthly. Christ's sakes. Okay, we're gonna go out to a 3-day now, since it wants to be like this. So yeah, we do have a hidden bearish divergence on the RSI right now. So I would be that makes sense. For that strong of a pullback, you need some sort of really high divergence, and this 3-day divergence is pretty insane. You can see right here, we have a higher high on the MACD, but we have a lower high on Dash. I was about to say Bitcoin. I'm so used to saying Bitcoin. So yeah, I would be expecting a pullback down to the 0.5. That'll be a good resting place for Dash at the moment after this huge up run. So that is not out of the cards. You could expect some temporary support at the 0.618. That definitely could be something that happens. Definitely you would want to watch this 3-to-1 God fan if you see it find support and then break back above it. Maybe use the 4-to-1 God fan as a pure confirmation, but the 3-to-1 God fan seems to be doing quite well. So hopefully that helped, buddy. JJ, what's up, man? And let me go ahead and link this chart to you. Save it. And we'll go back down to a 2-hour. Save. Doing absolutely fantastic, man. It's been a great week in trading. And the stream's been growing. I've been getting a lot of one-on-ones. I love it, guys. Sometimes late at night when I'm, doing crazy stuff, like breathing in until I pass out. Sounds so wrong. It just kind of hits me all at once what I'm kind of getting myself into here. And it's not a bad thing. It's just like sometimes I think about like, what if you get too big? Like, what if you have too many people that count on you and all of a sudden you start making bad decisions or something like that and you let all those people down? But you just got to keep looking forward. I love helping you guys, and it makes trading fun for me. Trading, I don't think is a fun hobby. Obviously, the money is fun, but if it wasn't for you guys and the one-on-one group and Market Cipher Discord and all that stuff, I think I would have probably quit trading a long time ago. I've made more than enough money to last me the next like 20, 30 years because I really don't spend money. Like, everyone's like, why don't you buy a fancy car? Why don't you buy a new house? I'm like, I barely drive. I get DoorDash. I don't go on any long road trips. I have more than enough room in my house for me. Why do I need a new house? So I'm pretty frugal. That's what's up, JJ. That's what's up, man. That's awesome. I'm glad you're doing well, man. I'm glad things are really going well. Oh, I just noticed that it's kind of picking up my white t-shirt. It's kind of like a green screen. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Fish, don't start, man. You are fine. You are fine. Be a good dog. And when I come back tonight, you'll have the best meal you ever had in your life. I guarantee it. I think that's making things starting to... Yeah, you can start... Like over here, you can kind of see the green screen peeking through. How do I fix that? Maybe I just can't wear white shirts. Okay. I think that's... Until I get some sort of really good lighting, I think I just have to move myself over so you guys can't see that. And you guys can see green all around my head. I hate that. I hate that. Take off your shirt, naked trading. You guys don't want to see these titties. You don't want to see these titties. Fish, do not chew on that. That is an expensive piece of equipment. God, this is really making me mad now. I want the green screen to be perfect. Make it perfect. Let's see. What can I do? All right, let's see if the... Let's see if turning down the gain helps a little bit. Maybe turn the gain up. I've done and messed everything up now. Chain wax, have a good night, man. Get that fresh dew. Okay, so there's me with the green screen. All right, so let me try turning similarity up and then smoothness down. That's a lot better. I think that's a lot better. What about that little corner? Yeah, the corner is still flickering, but halfway decent. Let me turn the gain down a little bit. And let me put you guys back over here. Do you manually ladder in or do you use Bybit tools? Now, I do everything manually based off of support and resistance. I think if you're doing it off of tools or, you know, anything else besides educated support and resistance, I think you're kind of just half-assing it. Not coming at you. It's just, I feel like your trades need to be intentional. They have to be done manually. And that's why I don't use bots and I don't use trailing stop losses, because everything needs to be educated when you do it. It can't be automatic. I stopped watching Joe Rogan to join this live. We're pretty much just Joe Rogan, but with Bitcoin, because we talk about DMT all the time. And that's all big. That's all Joe Rogan talks about. The actual trade you're in. Okay, so you are in a short. Okay, so you're in the same position as me. And like I said, your stop loss is in a decent place. I would move it a little bit higher above the 4-to-1 Gone fan, somewhere around like 9,365. You're using 7x leverage, so you might want to actually drop your leverage down a little bit to probably like 5x or even 4x. That's just based off of my standards. Obviously, this is all up to you. Just my kind of input on what might help you, or what I would potentially do if I was in the same exact situation, which I kind of am. Yeah. Your initial entry of 8955 was really good, so that's a good starting place. If you wouldn't mind me asking, how much percentage of your portfolio did you put in that trade? Or is this kind of like you testing out the waters? And you're not actually trading yet. You're just kind of practicing. Crypto Trucker, what's up, buddy, man? Nice to see you too, man. Nice to see you too. Thanks for stopping by. We're up to 76 viewers. We're only 14 viewers away. Well, actually, we're 24 viewers away from 100 viewers. That's insane. You can probably see my cheeks blushing. It has been a good day. It really has. It's been kind of lackluster, but last night I was able to get a little bit of a long on my Scalp account. And then on this little drop here, I think I made like 5%, which was pretty decent. 5%'s not nothing. Might sound like not a lot, but the dollar value on 5% is awesome. Enough to buy me DoorDash for a couple days. I believe that we are in a bear flag, and we might be trending upwards for a little bit longer, but no further past 9,300. We already have bearishly diverging indicators on our 12 hours, 2 hours. We have bearish divergences everywhere. Money flow starting to flatline, and this is a significant resistance. You can see if I come out to the macros here, you can see that the 4-to-1 Gone fan was the acting resistance up here at $10,000, the acting resistance here at 10,600, and should be the acting resistance here at 9,300. Did I make most of my money using Market Cipher? Yeah, I did. Definitely. But that was for a specific reason. So back when I was learning how to trade, I started around here. I got into crypto all the way back here. Okay, I got on into crypto all the way back here, but I didn't really start learning how to trade crypto until like right about here. And I did not do good risk management. I'll be honest. I made a lot of money, and I made a lot of money because I was stupid and got lucky. Okay, but the second we got put into this consolidation phase, that's where things started to go sideways, and I lost a lot of money, and I went to bed crying. But then I started to get my shit together and really learn support and resistance, and start looking at these indicators not as a, how do I put this? Indicators should not tell you what to do. Indicators should help you know what to do. So that's when I really started to pick up that method. Really started getting good with Gons. And obviously, as we move further and further into this pattern, I've been getting better and better and better and better, and been seeing much more results that are consistent rather than just I got lucky one time. Consistency is key. Luck is fleeting. Stop loss should be 9,360. That'd be a good stop loss. Yes. What's up, Fwire? I always say your actual name whenever you come in here. I don't know if you like that or not. Managed to do a 25x short last night, but my bot closed my trade in a small profit because I forgot to turn the bot off. Small profit's better than nothing. What? Bro, I don't feel bad for crying because I've lost the money I've lost. Yeah, man, when you take a big loss that really like kind of like makes you rethink your entire life. Yeah. That's not a good feeling. But it's learning that you made that mistake and now you need to work on getting better. That's why I teach people that there's a huge difference between making good trades that simply don't work out and making bad trades that you made a mistake on. Like right now, I have an educated decision to take shorts. It is a good trade. I have a good stop loss and a good potential target. But if I am longing a resistance when I have bearish signs, that is a mistake. Yes, you could get lucky, but it was not a good trade. So you have to really be able to distinguish that difference between the two so that when you take losses, it doesn't have that impact on you like you just messed up. Because if you lose money, you always feel like you messed up. But if you understand that you didn't mess up, you simply got unlucky, that is what is the key to trading, I think. I'm confused with the whole Gonfan setup. So Gonfans, like I described over here, you need to find a pattern, a breakout, a bottom or top, and then a swing high or swing low, and that gives you a price structure. So the way I structure my Gonfans is I have macros, I have medium, and then I have micros. So obviously this is a macro. They hold the most significance, the highest resistance, the highest support. And then we move down to the mediums, which we are in a transition between medium patterns. We are breaking out of a medium pattern and we're trying to put in a new top to have a swing low. Okay. So that is something that is happening. And then we have micro patterns like you see, like right here, we have bullish pendant, we have bear flag. Those are micro patterns. So you can see that I kind of have them color coded. I have this down channel here, just kind of see if it has any effect on price action. I could probably get rid of that. It's probably just a whole lot of mess. We really don't need it. But you can see these Gonfans here are correlated. Tap off it here, tap off it here, tap off it here. And then the macros, you can see that we were holding this as support the entire time, and this is support the entire time. And our macro resistance would be where we got rejected here, 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 and hopefully here. So that way we can accumulate a little bit more before that resistance is actually broken. Hopefully that cleared up some of the confusion. Oh my God, we're at 88 viewers. We're so close. We're so close. I don't want to get my hopes up, but we're so close. You check my portfolio, Kite. I can see your... I can't see your total portfolio amount. If you don't want to share that with me, that's completely understandable. I don't share my portfolio amount with you guys. I wouldn't expect you guys to do it with me. But it would help me kind of figure out, are you over positioned already? Can you take more DCAs? Or do you have availability to turn this into a swing trade if it is a scalp trade? Or like I said, if you're just practicing and you're not looking to use 5% of your entire portfolio and 2% of your entire portfolio, that's completely fine. We're at 92. Yikes. So like I said, if we can get two streams in a row where we hit a consistent 100 viewers, I will stream earlier on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So almost there. I just got in. What is your potential short target again? I missed it. So if we're looking at this as a bear flag, the flag pole would be our target to the for a break to the downside. So if we break sometime around here, I would be expecting to fall back down onto the 3-to-1 Gonfan right here at about 8,100. And if we line up the 1.618, you can see that the 1.618 is directly at 8,100. So that's pretty good. If we come up a little bit further and then break out, I would be expecting probably 8,300, give or take a couple dollars, depending on where we break out. So if you have a target, okay, you want to kind of estimate as you're in the pattern, but when you break that support, you move your target to where it actually broke out from, and then that would be your target. So if we broke out right now, my target would be 7,722. But like I said, if you have a target that is being cut off by a major support or resistance like we are here, towards the end of a target, you want to take your profit right before then. So even if my target is 7,975, I would be taking my profit at 8,162. Kite, what are your fib settings? Can you share? I have fib levels based on log scale, and then I just have pretty much all the fibs turned on. Those are really essential for macros, not typically micro patterns, but definitely on the macro scale. You want to use those to take profit along the bull run. So when we get to 1.272, take some of your Bitcoin, sell it into cash, and don't turn it back into Bitcoin. Once we hit the 1.414, sell some Bitcoin, turn it into cash, do not turn it back into Bitcoin, and just continuously do that. And that way you're cashing out your profits as you go along, and you're not waiting for the tippy top of the entire bull market. And then boom, you're down 42% in, just a couple days. So that's why it's so important to do that, because you could have pretty much 90% of your entire portfolio wiped out in one move if you do not do this correctly. So with you using 10% of your portfolio already for that one trade, it really does not give you a lot of room to DCA. So I would say just stick with that entry right there and stick with that stop loss. If you DCA more, it might put you in a bad position that you might not be able to come back from really easily. So I would not go past 10%. Usually I don't go past 5%. Sometimes I do, but I find the most immediate place that I can exit the majority of that position and make sure that I don't have that much money on the table. Fish, do not lick my toes. That is weird. You're weird. You're weird. Don't lick my toes. Don't lick my toes. Too late here, but hopefully the video doesn't get blocked like by Disney like the last one. Maybe it was Disney. I didn't get like any email saying it was because of the Doctor Strange thing. Jesper, what's up, man? Where's the support when we will not go past 9,110? So obviously we do have a support here at 8,558. So if that gets broken, then we would start looking at the 1.618. But this is the macro gone fan. So 9,100 is not my resistance right now. It would be this one right here. Obviously this yellow trend line, this is a huge resistance going forward. But I would not base my stop loss on this. Hey. Latin Crypto, what's up, buddy? Yeah, if you go back a little bit, I explained how to get your GonFans set up correctly, and you'll see me do the GonFans multiple times. You'll see me do them on ETH. You'll see them do it on Dash, and you'll see me redo it on Bitcoin as well. So if you go back in the video, I don't know what the timestamp is. I'm really sorry, but it is there, and it will be useful information going forward. Fish, get off of that. Ow. Gotcha. I'm gonna go double check that for you, Arcane, and then I will invite you to the not the Discord, the Telegram. Thank you very much, man. I do appreciate that. Patreon. I need to do it through. There we go. Bring this over here. Yes. Okay. See, you just gotta log in here. The amount of times I've changed my password in like the last couple of days is ridiculous. Okay. So there is 2 parts to the Telegram. You should be able to join the second part from the first link. I'm not sure what the process is, but I'm sure you can get to there. If not, just text me and then I'll give you the other link to that Discord. Give a like to Kite. That's my new saying. Like it, Kite. I'm stupid. How is Fish doing? He's doing absolutely fantastic. We had a really long play session today. Like I said, we just played a game of I'm gonna get you, and then he just goes ballistic. And then I'm going to get dinner tonight, and I'll get a little something for Fish as I come back. Yatin, thank you for stopping in, man. Thank you for being a new viewer. I appreciate it very much. And just a little background on me. I'm a 20-year-old. I started trading only a couple months ago. Well, not a couple months, but about 6 to 7 months ago. Since then, I've gotten very proficient at it. I run a one-on-one Discord and one-on-one training session type of thing. And yeah, I started with $13,000 back in 2014, 2015 to 2017. And I bought a lot of Bitcoin, made a lot of money. Didn't really learn how to trade it and make the most out of it until around May of last year. So here I am now. Appreciate it, buddy. Noob. I am a newbie, but I think my learning curve has been pretty adequate, to say the least. Fish, you are being a bad boy. Go lay down. Stop crying. Stop crying. I can't let you in my lap. I can't get dog hair all over me before we go out. There's no way. I don't have a lint roller. No. Pick up very quickly, man. Don't know if that's a hope that's a compliment, but thank you very much. We were so close, guys. We were so close. We were at 92 viewers. I'm just kidding. I'm actually hoping that we don't hit 100 viewers for a little bit, because I definitely want to make sure that I'm ready to do pretty much full-time streaming every single day almost. You had the insights to buy PTC when no one was buying it? Thanks, man. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was looking for us to fall down to 5,500. But the second we broke this 8-to-1 Gonfan, it's just bullish from there until we get to our macro resistance, which was the 4-to-1 Gonfan. And from that point on, I mean, you should have held that stop loss below your major, your previous resistance and just let it go on. You know, this right here, this is perfect. You want to see this. Whenever you break a major resistance like that, you want to see price action come back down and retest that and confirm support. And that's why I think a lot of people are getting scared, because they're so used to BART patterns going straight up and then coming straight back down. But this is normal market movement. This is a good sign. It means we're kind of out of the manipulation phase of Bitcoin, which I never really gave it any credence anyways, but definitely seeing this type of market movement is better. Step on the couch. Step on the couch. Sit. Good boy. Stay. Yatin, thank you very much, man. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Kind of hate when I can't pronounce somebody's name because I feel like that's disrespectful, but I hope you understand. Hopefully when I do decide to buy like a better house, you've been seeing like a lot of these streamers and stuff that are like really popular. Like they get like a custom streaming room with like multiple cameras. I would love that. That would be pretty cool. Definitely. But right now, there's no purpose for it. There isn't really any purpose. I like the green screen. Green screen helps with the charts, so I'm not covering up a gigantic portion of the screen. Let's see. Monero kind of turning back around. It's still hanging around that resistance, but I would expect that for a little bit. Let's see. Ethereum coming back down. It's finding support off of this Gonfan right here. Could be a potential sign that we're going to be putting in a bull flag, maybe from here on out. Oh, this is Dash. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, if this support holds, you're looking at like a broadening wedge, which would essentially give you the same exact results as the pendant that I was mentioning before. But that's another option that you do have. It would just take a little bit longer to get down to that 0.5. But, I mean, it would let the higher end RSIs cool off, so that is potentially something you want to see. Ethereum, let's see, still hanging around resistance. Nothing's really turning back down yet, but as soon as Bitcoin probably makes the move down, you'll start seeing other ones follow. 1.5x speed it is. I only recently started watching a lot of videos in like 2x speed because I didn't think about it, but it's completely doable. Like sometimes I'll go to like 3x speed. Like once you get in the flow of it, your brains just start. It's have you ever noticed there's like a website on how to read a book in like and 75% faster, and basically what they do is instead of all of the words being laid out on a page and you read it from left to right, it will just flash words in front of your face back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I like that concept. It's pretty cool. So basically everyone is bullish, even my girlfriend. It's exciting. It's exciting, but we have one more thing to break before it really starts, you know, getting pretty crazy here. I mean, two more things. We have to break the 4-1 and we have to break the 8-1. Well, once that happens, we're pretty much golden. It's looking pretty good. Don't speed up, Crown. Me and someone that is new to the one-on-ones, we were just getting to know each other and we were talking, and he goes, dude, I just know Crown is on meth. Like, there's no way. And I'm like, now that you mention it, I think Crown might be on meth. He's always sweating. He talks super fast. He has to drink a crazy amount of water just to stay alive. Crown's on meth. So you heard it here first. Now he's gonna come and like flame my channel. But we can start some YouTube beef. I can verse Crown to a boxing match, which I know I'll get destroyed, but at least I'll get my name on something. And I'll just go, he won because he was on meth. How am I supposed to beat a meth head? He was going crazy. His punches were flying at me. Nah, I love Crown. I love him. He was one of my teachers, like, not personally, but through his live streams and through his videos, through Crypto Bitcoin Chris and through Filicone. That's how I was able to learn so much and so fast with those three people. I definitely owe pretty much everything to them. Obviously, Market Cipher was a huge benefit to me, but I really don't necessarily believe that it is the best option in terms of things. Now that I've been in the game for a while, I know my way around things. But definitely those three people I owe pretty much everything to. All of my knowledge. Obviously, I've kind of expanded on that, but that's what you need to do. You need to start with the basics and then start finding other avenues to make money, other techniques, other strategies, and expand upon them yourself and make them work. And then you can pass that along to somebody else and they can profit as well. And then they make up a new strategy based off of the original one. And it's just a gigantic game and everybody gets better and better and better. That's why I started this trading group, because I know that there will be people that are better at trading than me. That's, you know, maybe they start not better, but eventually get better. and then I can learn from them, and then they learn from me again, so on and so on and so on. I want this to be a give and take situation. I give you everything I got in the beginning, and then you pretty much help me from there on out. You know, if I can train everybody to be really good at trading, it makes my work easier as well. Because then, you know, people can be like, oh, "What the hell are you talking about, Kite? Why, this is a bad decision. You should be doing this." And I'm like, "Oh shoot, you're right." Like that's what I think this should turn into. It definitely shouldn't be like a hierarchy. It should kind of be, you know, you come in, you learn what you got to learn, and then you're a part of the crew. I literally have slowed his audio down. I still couldn't understand a few things Crown says. That's hilarious. I'm part of the crew. Yeah, the 5 original mangoes. Kite, can you lend me money so I can buy Orion and sell it at school? Man, I started with $8 when I started selling candy in school. I don't know what our Orion is, but you can start with $8 too. Hey, fish, stop, buddy. Let's make my lights warm. That looks kind of cool. With one light being kind of more oranges or orange-ish. We're dumping. We're dumping, boys. Fish, you are fine. Actually, he hasn't been out in about an hour or two. I'm gonna go take him out real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Dump the price for me by the time I get back. I'll be right back. Come on, fish. Let's go outside. Hello. $5K when you get back, boss. That would have been not too good because my trade would have been awesome, but I would want to sell a little bit of Bitcoin if we dumped back into this pattern. Oh, I left my vape outside. I'll be right back. Gas man, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Okay, I'm back. Dude, it's a struggle trying to get around this green screen because I literally have it right here. I'm touching the chart. I gotta loosen up the tension in that MACD cross. Money flow really starting to curve on this 2 hour. That's a good sign. Let's see. We got some more messages on Telegram. All right, Flyer. See you, man. So close, but no cigar this time, guys. We almost got to 100 viewers. We were 8 viewers away. Maybe next time. I do think I'm going to head out here in the next, 5 minutes. Start getting ready. It's almost 7:30 right now. So, I do appreciate it. We definitely reached pretty much a new all-time high on viewership today. I'm grateful, as always, that you guys show up every single time I stream. And like I said, hopefully we can get to that milestone. I can start doing pretty much, within the weekday, a live stream every single day, with earlier live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That way everybody gets a chance to see, talk about the price action. Yeah, it'll be fun, man. It definitely will. Like I said, a couple things to keep in mind. We have a bear flag. We have bearishly diverging RSI on a lot of the higher time frames and the 2 hour. We have potentially a bearish MACD cross coming up here soon. We do have an active bearish divergence right now as well. So I do think that we will reach the downside, and the target on that would be the 1.618. So about 8,107. If we do drop around this region, like right here, make sure you take your profit around 8,144 right before this gone fan, because you might get burnt if you don't. It might get a nice bounce here, and then you might lose some profit. So it's always safe to do that. But I appreciate it, guys. My stream schedule right now at this current moment in time, it is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then the stream will usually start at 8. It started a little bit earlier today because I got plans tonight. But I will always be on those days around that time. So that's my streaming schedule right now. Stojan, hopefully I pronounced that right. Have a good night, buddy. Thank you very much. Chris, thank you for stopping in. Crypto Orange, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it very much. And thank you for liking the way I set up the stream. I really do appreciate that. Try to put a lot of time and effort into it so that you guys have the best experience possible here. You got ambient music that sets the tone. You got good audio. You got good visuals because I'm pretty. And I got titties. But I appreciate you guys. Andy, thank you for giving the like there, buddy. JJ, have a good night, man. I appreciate it, guys. Latin Crypto, if you're still here, goodbye. Let's see. Gasman, I know you just showed up, but goodbye, man. Yeah. Bubble Boy, appreciate it. Everybody that's stopped in tonight. Ilson, have a good night, man. All right, guys. I will check you. Like I said, if anything major happens, I'll stop in for like 30 minutes to an hour, talk about it, where we might bounce, you know, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I will see you guys on Monday at 8 p.m. And tell your friends, guys, because if you want that earlier stream on Tuesday and Thursday, we got to hit 100 viewers at least 2 times in a row. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I know I say that so much, but I really do mean it, guys. All right. Peace out, guys. I love my life. Thank you very much. Marcus, Gerlandia, Crypto Dollar. Thank you very much, guys.